Hello, everyone. Today I am talking about Ico. Oh my god, I love this game. A lot of people are much more fans of Shadow of the Colossus, and that's kind of how I even knew about this series. But the trailer for this game really got me intrigued. It's a very interesting atmospheric game, and it honestly reminds me of Zelda a lot in a weird ways, where there's a boy and a girl and a bunch of like evil stuff that's trying to get you. And again, the lore of the whole world really, of Shadow of Colossus also links into this game. And so what is Ico about? Well, you play this game as this small demon boy, and I say demon in quotations because he has horns, but that's pretty much it, right? And so he's kind of, at the beginning, they show him kind of being sent to this facility or this island where he's banished because he's considered cursed because of his horns. And while he's on this island, he gets attacked by these shadow creatures, and he finds this girl in a cage made out of almost like light and shadow. And her name is Yorda. And what's really amazing about this game is it doesn't really have any dialogue. It's very much just interpreted through the sounds they make and their made-up language that they're speaking, and also through their actions. And so the thing that's very interesting and iconic about this game is that I think you press L1 to do the hand-holding mechanic. And so basically when you hold Yorda's hand, she will follow you. And the way the characters are animated, it's kind of like, this is maybe like the early days of like Bones in animation. And so all of the, limbs or whatever will react to how you're holding her, what direction, and where you kind of jump or go next. And then every time you want to save, you just sit on this couch and you basically fall asleep together by leaning on each other. And it's such a soulful game, and it's such a distinct mood. And what I love is also the music in the game. The main theme, it uses something that I don't know what it is. It's not really a sitar, but like it's an ancient sounding instrument, and it only sounds like it has a couple strings working with it at once. And it's a very simple song with this instrument, and it's just called Castle in the Mist. And there's something about this game that it's depicting like this ancient civilization that just is completely fictional but entirely believable. And again, the main component is that these dark shadow creatures will go after this girl of light, Yorda. And what they will do is they will try to take her to certain points in the map where they can take her into a pit. And that's how you essentially lose the game. If Yorda is basically abducted and taken by these things, then it's like basically game over. Or I guess also if you die. And so the only thing you have to use to defend against them is this stick, basically. And keep in mind, you're just a kid. In fact, Yorda actually looks a little bit older than you. And so it's kind of insane that you are the one defending her. And, from these, again, unexplained, horrifying shadow monsters. And it's just really, really cool what this game is. Like, just the vibe of this game, and it's done with almost no dialogue. There is some dialogue, actually. And you find out, the ruler of the castle is a woman called the Shadow Queen. And so she's all made out of, like, darkness and whatever, and you have this big climactic epic, final fight with her. But it's still kind of loose and implied as to exactly what the official lore and reason for the way the things are, how they are. And again, you have all of this really weird technology that seems more advanced than it should be for the time. And so using the technology, platforming, and combat, you basically help Yorda and yourself try to escape this weird ancient castle / facility. And while also uncovering the story of what has happened to the world in this place. And again, Aiko and Yorda, they're such an interesting duo. And whenever you need her to come to you, you kind of hold out her hand and you can lift her up on things or pull her to, certain objectives. And you really feel this connection develop between the two characters because of how they interact. And it's all done really without words, and it's just an amazing aspect. Again, the game is very linear. You just kind of go from area to area. There's definitely puzzles, so this is your very classical action adventure puzzle game. You're doing puzzles, you're doing combat, you're doing platforming, while also revealing a story and having music accompanied along with it. And this game is something that while short, is an absolutely unforgettable, fascinating experience. There's nothing quite like Ico that I've ever come across ever, except for maybe the Shadow of Colossus games, but even then it's a very different mood and vibe. And again, I love the ambiguity in terms of the motivations of the characters, what this world is, and also how it ties into Shadow of the Colossus. If whether or not this is actually a sequel instead of a prequel, I think it's a very interesting fan theory. But anyway, yeah, I love this game. I love the atmosphere. I love the attention to detail and the music and the vibe it has. It's just something that feels classic and modern at the same time. Anyway, guys, that's pretty much all I got to say about this game. Love it. Absolute classic. Really lots of feelings, lots of vibes. I'll see you later. Bye.